Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nicole Frolic of Inflexible Me, and today we're going to be doing my energy reading for the month of June. I'm also going to be announcing my crystal card reading giveaway winner. If you're on my newsletter list, then you're automatically entered every month. And I'm going to get to that at the end of the reading. But before we start the reading, I just wanted to say two announcements. One is that I have a free webinar coming out on Wednesday, June 6th, next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be talking about harmonizing the masculine and feminine energies. You guys have been asking me a lot about this, and I've been asked to do more information on it, and I thought a webinar might be great. And so I'm making it free for all of you to come. If anyone wants to donate, you're more than welcome to, and there'll be links for that through PayPal. But also cryptocurrency, which is my next big announcement. I am excited to say that I am now officially set up to receive cryptocurrency in my business. And I'm kind of excited to be part of that movement, anything that's going to decentralize the currency and take the power out of the banks and put it back into the people's hands, I am all for. So happy to be part of that. So if you need any more information about the webinar, I'm going to leave that in the description below. There'll be a link straight to the webinar so you can sign up and get the Zoom link. All my webinars are done via Zoom. And so are all the cryptocurrencies. I'm doing Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. So really excited about that. So, okay, let's get to the reading for June. I've already grounded my energy and connected to my guides, and feeling really a lot of energy actually coming through right now. So what we're going to be asking is what we can expect for the energies of June. And if you're familiar with my channel, you know that the first card is where we're kind of currently at. And this one comes out often. Fluorite, mental mastery. Okay. So there might be some mental clutter going on. Time to organize the thoughts. That's usually why fluorite comes, if that's kind of the current thing going on. So it might be about organization or clearing the mind for something coming through. Let's find out what the path of action is. Oh, celestial quartz, angelic truth. I don't think I've had this one for any of the readings yet, so this is exciting. Okay, I love quartz. All right, celestial quartz. All right, so path of action is angelic truth, or the healing path. Let's find out what we can expect for the outcome for June. And it is sulfur. Physical radiance. Well, that's always good. So let's think about this. Mental mastery. So we got to clear out the mind, angelic truth, physical radiance. Okay. And solar, that's like a lot of sulfur is very yellow, and that's all solar plexus. So let me sit with it a little bit longer and I'll be right back with the reading. Okay, this reading is really cool because I was talking to my good friend, Linda McGillis, who actually was on my podcast recently, and we were talking about a huge energy wave that came in just recently over just before the weekend, and how the feminine are really feeling kind of get in their head a little bit right now over the stagnation that's happening in the masculine. And and this is actually something that I was feeling last week. She was feeling, and she had just gotten off the phone with another girlfriend who was feeling the same way. And so this reading is actually spot on for that particular thing. So I just love how everything is so synchronized. So let's get into it. Mental mastery, fluorite. So this is all about mental organization. It means that for us right now that we're disorganized in our minds. And if we're disorganized in our minds, then our life is going to become disorganized and chaotic. So Flora is telling us, like, right now for the month of June, it's really important to really clear out the mind. If you have lists that you haven't attended to that need to get done, or you maybe need to create a list of things that need to get done, this is the time to start doing it. This is June is asking us to really take care of kind of cleaning house, I guess, in a way. So, but cleaning the mind. I mean, there's this old saying, you know, the state of your home or your bedroom is a reflection of your mind. And so if you are feeling disorganized, then this is a really great reading for you, in that it's really time to kind of bring the mind into mastery by creating lists, getting things done so the mind isn't cluttered anymore. We want to take out all the clutter so that we have clarity about how to move forward. When we don't have the clutter, then we can really focus on things, and we can focus more on our manifestation of bringing those ideas in our mind into our physical reality, into this physical timeline. So very important right now to kind of pay attention to that going on. Now, celestial quartz is also about the mind, but also emotions. And it's telling us that our emotions are running amok in our mind, so that, you know, if you're someone like me, sometimes you can get in your head too much and you can start analyzing things, and your emotions can swing out of balance, and you start to kind of, you know, fall into maybe old habits that you may have overcome. Like, so through the ascension process, we clear a lot of old wounds, old paths, neural pathways that, you know, before used to serve us well, but don't serve us anymore. And so we behave differently. We approach life differently. We approach our relationships differently in a much more healthier way. However, sometimes through this ascension process, we get things that need to kind of come up and need to get cleared out so that more light can come into the body. And so this is kind of what's happening now. So celestial quartz is telling us that to be very aware of the mind, which we're focusing on right now, but also the involvement of the emotions with the mind. So keep everything in balance. And there was something in here that I really wanted to read, because it says that this crystal is very confronting, as it provides such a pure and absolute view of the self. It shows the seeds and cores of fears, diseases, and one's shortcomings associated with the use of power in the world. Now, that's very interesting, considering we've got upcoming next is sulfur, which is all about the solar plexus, and that's where we really step into our empowerment, our self-identity. And so this is kind of prepping us for that. So celestial quartz is kind of here to say it's time to really take an honest, hard look at yourself, but don't worry, because your angels are here guiding you through it. You have the support of your angels and guides with you, but it's important to be honest about some of your fears that may be clouding the mind, that may be getting in the way of you stepping forward and creating everything into manifestation. Like, if you've got ideas that you really want to execute, but you've got those fears that are like cluttering the mind and not letting you do it, like, that's what I'm kind of sensing is going on for this month. So very important to, okay, here's a good thing. So Flora has asked us to make lists to clear the mind. I would suggest that you may want to go over some of your top fears that you're really feeling are coming up. If you just kind of go within, maybe whether it's meditation or deep breathing, and just for a couple of minutes, center your energy, and then ask yourself, like, what are some of the fears that are coming up that I'm feeling? And really just kind of go into the feeling first, and then pay attention to that, acknowledge it, and then maybe write down some of those feelings so that you become aware of what these fears are that may be hindering you from moving forward right now. And some of those will likely have relation to this idea of that the mind is starting to cloud things, the emotions are starting to cloud things, and you may be falling into old patterns that you're pretty sure you thought you had overcome those. Like, you know, that's what I was kind of feeling last week. I'm like, I thought I got over this part, but I had a day where I'm like, no, I need to reset. So, and that happens, that absolutely happens, and it's normal, and you just need to be compassionate with yourself. So Just remember that as we are ascending and evolving, raising our consciousness, raising our vibrations, clearing out the old stuff and healing old wounds, that this is bound to, like, there's always going to be, think about it like as you're cleaning and clearing and stuff, there's still dust that needs to settle, and so you still have some of that old stuff to clear out once the dust settles. So it's kind of like that. And then we've got sulfur, physical radiance, and this one has an affirmation that I really want to give you all. I love it. I think it's great. The fact that it rhymes, I think, is even better, but I think it holds, it's a good one. So it's very interesting because celestial quartz was with us to really help us clear out the emotions, let the mind kind of run, and allow that so that the mind can then allow the physical creations to come forward, so that we're not just constantly stuck in our head, that we can actually bring it out into the physical. So celestial is helping in that. Now, sulfur is sulfur is also about bringing everything into the physical, and it's all about the fire, right? Sulfur is a very heat-producing crystal stone, and in fact, in Atlantean times, it was used alone in the solar plexus because it produces so much heat. But this affirmation, everyone, I'm going to suggest to you all this month. You can read it every day. You can read it when you feel you need it, or you know what? If you need it more times in a day, then go ahead. So this is what it is. I am power. I am the force. I have the strength to let my mind run its course. It's kind of Dr. Seussy, but I kind of like it. And so I love that, saying that I have the strength to let my mind run its course. So this really relates to what I was talking about with my good friend Linda, and that, you know, let the mind play it out, but don't let it control you. Let it run its course. Let it tire itself out. It's kind of like a screaming child, you know, that's throwing a temper tantrum, and you know that they're just doing it for attention. It's kind of what the ego's doing. It kind of wants your attention right now because you've been doing such a good job of like moving through that. And so there's kind of like an ego tantrum is kind of happening right now. And this affirmation really helps to affirm, like, okay, I'm going to let you tire yourself out because I've got the power and I've got the strength and I can withstand this and let it go. And in the end of it all, by, you know, through June, you're going to see that, you know, if you didn't fall prey to your emotions and this mind clutter, that you're going to come out on top. And you're going to really see, you're going to really have a lot more clarity about what was going on within yourself, which will then give you clarity on what was kind of going on around you. And that could pertain to relationships. It could pertain to business. It could pertain to just maybe ascension, self-growth, whatever it is. So I think this is a really cool reading, actually. And I hope it helps you in June. Let me know how this resonates with you in the comments below. But now let me get to my winner for June. And I'm excited because it's a man. I finally have a man who's won. So John Kelly, you have won a free crystal card reading from me. So you'll be getting an email from me shortly in your inbox to coordinate that. And if you would like to be entered into this contest each month, then just sign up for my email list. It's on my website right at the very front, inflexibleme.com. And you'll just get updates on blogs, events, things like that, and as well be entered into this contest. So what else? What else is going on? Oh yeah, for all of you who've signed up for the Waves of Light Cruise, we're actually doing a free webinar for all of you who've signed up. That's going to be on Saturday, June 9th, and you're going to get free readings. You're going to get healing questions. You can ask if there's any like healing stuff that you'd like to ask for. We're going to do group healing. We may try to do individual healing. It's going to be great. And we're just going to start to build the community for the Waves of Light conference on the cruise that's coming up January 19th. And if you haven't got a ticket yet, you still have opportunity. There's still cabins available. We can't guarantee the price anymore, but I don't think it's gone up too much. So I'll leave a link for the description for that in the description below. And of course, if you are interested in listening to my podcast, you can get that in iTunes. It comes out every Thursday. If you're actually interested in listening to the one that we had Linda on where she actually talked about the event and a lot of the energies that are coming in. She's just so tuned in to the energies right now. So she's just a wealth of knowledge. You can catch that on the podcast as well. And that's about it, everyone. So have a great June. I will be back very soon with a new video. I love you all. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon.